Astro Dust. Thank you for visiting our YouTube page once again. Today's video is going to be a little different. I thought maybe instead of showing you guys behind the scenes music or having Omar do a tutorial, I'd kind of just give you the history of Astro Dust so you guys can kind of get an idea of where we come from and, you know, influences, things like that. In 2007, Astro Dust was formed. I basically was looking for some musicians. A good friend of mine who kind of managed me at the time, Jason Shaw, went to a local record store. He found an ad for a guitar player. It was like, you got to call this guy. It seems like he's really good, likes the same kind of style you do. So basically I gave Lale Clark a call. I went over to Lale's house, kind of sat down, talked about music and influences and things that we hit it off. It was amazing. From there, I knew a drummer, Christopher Hack, and he decided that he'd go ahead and stay and help us out drum until we could find one. Dwight Swanson was the original bass player. Lale knew him from his job that he was at. Dwight was in a band and wasn't really happy with the direction it was going, or was a cover band, something like that. Lale basically brought him in and we started writing music. I had some original material that I already had from a previous band and brought that into Astro Dust. From there we recorded the album. I believe it was recorded and released in November of that year. We did a couple shows. We did a Battle of the Bands. We placed second. So we got to open for Testament, Sacred Reich, Obituary, Exodus, Death Angel, Kittie, like Warbringer opened for us. It was kind of a trip. Seven Witches, I think Forbidden. Lale left the band. He wanted to kind of do something different than Astro Dust. We tried to make him stay, but he was, you know, wanted to do his own thing, side project. So I guess him and Chris had left, and they basically formed Brute Squad. So it was just me and Dwight. Dwight knew a guy named Jacob, a phenomenal guitar player. Brought him in, and a lot of people don't know this unless you're from Tucson. But literally, Astro Dust is kind of like the Megadeth of Tucson. There's been so many different members, so I'm trying to remember all the members, the order of it, everything. So Jacob came in. We did have a dude come in and play drums for us for like a month and a half. He opened with the Obituary show. And then like the next day, he texted me and said, I can't do this, anxiety. From there, Jacob, his wife, got shipped out because she's in the military, so it was just me and Dwight. Dwight kind of did his own thing, so for a while I was looking for new members. We ended up finding a guitar player. He was amazing too, Paul. He was a great guitar player, but he suddenly passed. I mean, even in that month and a half that we were together, it was a pretty amazing thing. That's kind of where Betrayal, the song Betrayal on the new album came from. I had this riff, showed Paul, and we started, actually I think it was me and Jacob started it. I showed Paul. So with that, I was kind of devastated. So for the timeline, I couldn't honestly tell you guys, you know, how long it was or whatever. Going back to one of my original people, I ran into a dude named Sean. Hey, I'm trying to form a band again. Instead of playing bass, I play guitar now. Because I went from playing drums in school to getting a kit, moving to bass, and then eventually somehow playing guitar and being the vocalist. So me and Sean started looking for people. I found a guy, Gino, who was in Level 13 here, a local band. Me, Sean, and Gino. Then we put an ad out for a drummer, found this guy named Adi. Pretty amazing dude, had an original like crazy kit. We did that for a while, and that's when we opened for like Sepultura, D.R.I. Death Angel was Sean's first show. From there we were together for probably, I want to say from 2008 to about 2010. Adi had moved, it was just me, Gino, and Sean. Sean decided he wanted to do a kind of a solo thing, so it was just me and Gino. And then I found out later that Gino had started going deaf in one of his ears. After that, basically, my mom had passed away from Alzheimer's in 2016. So basically, timeline 2010 to about 2016, there really wasn't anything going on. It was just basically me writing for the Demons Within album. Everything that me and my daughter were going through, I just wrote down on paper, you know, turned them into songs, and that's basically what's on the album. I ended up working at a place, meeting a kid named Dante. He goes by AKA Dante now, so shout out to him. He actually introduced me to Omar. I can't say enough about Omar. He's a very talented young kid. Like, this dude teaches me things and pisses me off at the same time, because he's so talented that whenever he writes something, like he wrote, I'm trying to think, he wrote Demons Within, the main riff. He also wrote the first song on the album, as well as, God, why can't I think of the name? Anyway, my point is, he's so talented that he'll write something and I have to tell him, bro, I have to play guitar and sing over this, like slow down or something. He brought in Quinn. He was like, hey, I know this kid, he plays bass. I was like, sure, why not? You know, let's try him out. Quinn was definitely a character. He didn't fit for us, basically. He was more into the punk scene and things. He does like Metallica and stuff, but he just didn't fit, and you know, he wanted to continue his education. So I basically put out another Craigslist ad for drummer Christopher Dickey, the Beast. That guy's amazing. I can't say enough about him as well. Like, he gets behind that kit and he does phenomenal stuff. Like, he's definitely somebody that I'm glad is in the band. When Quinn left, he's like, hey, my brother plays bass. So I was like, all right, sure, you know, let's try him out. We didn't even need to try Travis out. Travis was so amazing, like his tryout. Same thing with Omar. Travis's audition was basically him warming up and playing Primus. And I thought, okay, if he can play Primus and Tool, he can definitely play our stuff. It's a different style. That's the only thing I was worried about. Timeline for this would be August of 2018 is when I met Omar. And then September, Quinn came. I believe it was right around November, December, Christopher Dickey joined the band, because I remember cooking a huge Christmas dinner for everybody. And then Travis joined the band, I want to say probably sometime between April and June of 2019. And from there we just recorded the album, Demons Within. So that's kind of a breakdown, you guys, of the history of Astra Dust, and you know, where it came from and everything else. You know, thank you guys for watching the video. You can check out Demons Within on our website, officialastradust.com, as well as any musical platform. Thank you guys so much. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe, share it, and thank you guys so much. Very much appreciate all you guys do and support us and everything. You guys keep it sick. This is Rob. I'm out.